He's the youngest member of the Oklahoma House of Representatives and one of 5 Hispanic lawmakers representing the fastest growing demographic in Oklahoma. His name is Arturo Alonso-Sandoval, and Joel Filomeno joins us now with more on his goals and priorities for House District 89. Joel?
Taylor, Oklahoma's Hispanic and Latino population is nearly 12% of the entire state. Today, we meet a new Hispanic representative who's working alongside the legislator and the constituents of his district to address the community's needs.
I definitely went from 0 to 100 in the world of politics in the span of a few months.
23-year-old Arturo Alonso-Sandoval easily defeated 2 Democratic opponents in last June's primary election to win the House seat in District 89. Not bad for a newcomer to politics.
A year ago, the plan for me was completely different. I mean, if you would have asked me that I was going to be a state representative, I would have thought you were tripping or something.
Alonso-Sandoval has recently graduated from the University of Oklahoma with a degree in mechanical engineering.
A year ago, I had just accepted a job to work down in Austin, Texas for Samsung as a mechanical engineer. And I had a whole 5-year plan set out.
But that changed after conversations with State Senator Michael Brooks Jimenez and Representative Forrest Bennett, who talked Arturo into running for public office.
And they were individuals that I kind of always really knew about, because even though I wasn't incredibly politically engaged, I've always had a heart for my community. I've always really cared a lot about, especially South Oklahoma City.
Hispanics comprise 68% of the population in District 89.
Through the conversations I had with people in my community, that's how I slowly started formulating my platform. Really understanding what the needs were, really talking to the people and seeing what they cared about.
House Minority Leader and Democratic Caucus Chair Cindy Munson says Representative Alonso-Sandoval represents a crucial voice in the legislature.
He brings a ton of energy to the Capitol. He's very well liked already. He's incredibly smart. And so we were excited when Representative Alonso-Sandoval made the decision to run for office. And so having him has been a huge asset, not just for us in the House Democratic Caucus, but for his community as well.
Making the official opening of the long-awaited Mexico consul in Oklahoma City, set for May 15th, a priority. Indurni Pineda says this will be the 51st Mexican consulate opened in the United States and will provide up to 30 documentation services.
What the consulate does is help Mexican nationals by providing the services we provide and the programs we provide, help them to become the best members of their communities, more productive. The consulate is here, and we're going to be a very efficient, formal, hardworking consulate. And the community is going to feel very proud of us.
And she adds, having strong Hispanic voices in the Oklahoma legislature will be key to that success.
And Arturo is helping the consulate understand better how Oklahoma works. I am learning a lot from him. And of course, we're going to work very closely for the consulate to be able to help his constituency. And Arturo is helping the consulate understand better how Oklahoma works.
We always want to keep on top of everything that's going on and keep in close contact with our legislator.
Greater Oklahoma City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce President and CEO David Castillo says Hispanic businesses need more representation in the legislature.
When there is something that impacts Latino businesses, we always contact our legislators to try to get help and educate them on some of the things that's going on in the community.
Until Alonso-Sandoval was sworn in last November, District 89 had been without representation since January 2022.
District 89 is majority Hispanic. You know, lots of Hispanics in this community, so it's good to have that voice and good to have that person that looks like you, you know, so that's important.
Alonso-Sandoval was born in the United States, but lived in Guanajuato, Mexico until he was 4 years old. He holds dual citizenships in both countries.
Growing up, I mean, from a family of migrant parents, it was definitely challenging. I mean, when it comes to economic opportunities, my parents were very much limited in those areas, and that contributed to our socioeconomic status.
The struggle for his family transitioning to Oklahoma included food insecurities.
We qualified for food stamps, but oftentimes we went to food pantries to make sure we were still being able to get food.
Alonso-Sandoval attended Santa Fe South Public Charter Schools in Oklahoma City before enrolling at OU.
I kind of treat everything as a learning experience and just really trying to understand where people come from, since I do acknowledge that, you know, we're products of both our experiences and the people we surround ourselves with.
His first term has been a learning experience too. Alonso-Sandoval co-sponsored a bipartisan bill that would have allowed immigrants who are not legal residents but pay taxes to obtain a 4-year driver's license. That bill did not make it out of the Senate.
It ran into a lot of roadblocks this session, and it's ran into many roadblocks previously.
But the session is far from over, and Arturo says he intends to keep learning and listening.
Knocking the doors of my community, talking to people both Spanish, English, it really showed me just how much work there needs to be done in my area.
The Mexican consulate encourages those with more questions about the upcoming consulate to contact their offices at empineta@sre.gov.mx.